One moment, please. Councilmember Gallegos.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you for being here this afternoon. What was Cardinal DiNardo's position in Austin? I understand he was in Austin.
We were in Austin a number of times, and yes, Cardinal DiNardo joined with his brother bishops, the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops, in emphatically and persistently lobbying against the passage of SB4. And I know he visited with the governor at least on one occasion specifically about that issue, as he did with the lieutenant governor. Yes. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The next speaker is Zaf Tahir, to be followed by Tamaro Bell and Johnny Mata.
Good afternoon, City Council members, Mayor. You know me very well. I'm an activist, somebody who is very proud of being a Houstonian, proud of Texas, proud of U.S. I immigrated here. I came here when I was barely 18, 37 years ago. I'm not a third-generation Houstonian. I'm not son of the soil, but I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of where I live. I'm very proud of who represents me. I'm very proud of the system under which I live. I'm very proud of the Constitution that protects me. It deeply bothers me when people say that this is something that affects only Hispanic Americans or Latinos, and this is an immigration issue. I want all of you, and all of you are my friends, to know that this is not an immigration issue, this is a civil rights issue. This has nothing to do with race. I had a gentleman from Europe.
Finish your thought.
I had a gentleman from Europe who could not be here. He was in the overflow room. Musle Darweshi. He immigrated from Europe. He's as Caucasian as they come. But the moment he will tell you his name, Musle Darweshi, a Turkish Muslim name, he will be pigeonholed. There is nothing. Mike, do you see anything etched on my forehead that says U.S. citizen? How do I prove that I'm a U.S. citizen? How do I prove when I'm stopped by HPD that I'm a U.S. citizen? It is un-American. It is unconstitutional. And going to court is very American. There were laws in this country that really were not proper. We call them sin laws now. I'm an attorney, yes. I mean, this is what the Constitution provides us. This is the last reprieve that an average Houstonian has. And by the way, Mayor, this is not good for business. I'm talking to you as a business person. I'm talking to you from council members who care about economy and business. How would Mayor explain to people in London and Germany and Istanbul where is Houston headed? We are a global city. We are an international hub. We have airlines flying in and out of Houston. We have 90 consulates. This is a different place. This place requires a global strategy. It requires an image. You all carry that image. Let's not be bound by something that some people thought about in Austin. We must band together, and I want all of you to vote for this. I want all of you to be behind our mayor and to be behind our council. I think this is the moment where we send a signal to Washington and to Austin that yes, we respect the laws, but we are not going to abide by things that go against our very grain. We are Houstonians, and it's important, by the way, that Houston be part of that list. Right. I want Houston to throw its weight. Yes, I know it will cost us money, but that's what leadership requires. Thank you.
Councilmember, one second. Councilmember Stardick.
Once again, I just wanted to thank you for coming down. As you know, I had some other constituents that were here earlier, actually some of your neighbors. So not everyone's agreeing on this matter.
Sure.
And once again, I appreciate everyone showing respect for everyone being able to have their opinion and to express their opinion in our country. So once again, thank you for coming down, and I appreciate you being a great constituent. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate and I'm very honored that you are my representative. And I want you to be behind Mayor on this issue.
Councilmember Gallegos.
Thank you, Zeph, for being here, and thank you for your testimony. It's very enlightening. I'm glad how you stated that the American way is basically going to the courts because it seems like the governor and the Texas legislature basically decided that as well, because in SB4, apparently anticipating lawsuits against the city for unconstitutional violations, SB4 contains a provision that will require the Attorney General to defend the city in the event it is sued over an unconstitutional or improper detention only if requested to do so, and the Attorney General himself determines that the claim arises out of the city's good faith compliance with an immigration detainer request. If the Attorney General defends the city, the state is responsible for any judgment and expenses. If it does not, the city is on its own. So again, the state was ready and is ready for these lawsuits. Thank you.
Council member, even if we are not reimbursed, I think it's incumbent upon a city which is already probably third largest city in the U.S. to take the lead. To take the lead in showing the country where we stand. What are we all about? SB4 will make me a foreigner. I don't want to be a foreigner.
Thanks, Zav. Thank you for being present.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Tamara Bell. Ms. Bell to be followed by Johnny Mott.